How does it feel if you get a chance to travel back in time or go to the future and meet one person? Who would that be? And what would you tell them? So, the book about Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Tales from the Cafe, narrates us a story about 4 different characters who travels through the time to meet people either from the past or from the future, and they meet a certain person and just talk with them, maybe for 5-10 minutes. So how can you go to the past? Well, there is one particular cafe. Well, you have to go to the cafe and the waitress would pour the coffee, and then you would be able to travel back in time. But there are a few rules that you have to adhere. The first one is that you can only visit a person, let it be from past or from future, that particular person should have visited this particular cafe at one point in their life. So if they have never visited the cafe, you cannot go to the past or to the future and meet the person. And the other rule is you cannot change the past or the future. As in, you can go to the past, you can meet a person, but you can never change any sort of a scenario in the past. As in, technically you cannot change anything. You would be just visiting the past and you would be coming back. That's it. And the next rule is there is one particular chair that you have to sit on. Only when you sit on that chair, only then you would be able to travel in time. But this chair is not always available. There's always one person sitting on the chair. Only when this person goes to the washroom, you would be getting the chance. And the other reason is, once you go to the past or to the future, you cannot stand from the chair. The moment you move from your chair, you will be dragged back to the present and you won't be able to go there again. And the other rule is, the moment when the coffee is poured to your cup, that's when your stay begins. The moment it's poured, like, you would be taken back to the past or to the future. And the final rule is that you have to drink the coffee before it gets cold. The moment the coffee gets cold, your stay would be over, and you have to drink the coffee before it gets cold. The moment you drink the whole coffee, then you would be able to come back to the present. And if you don't do it, you would get stuck in there, in time actually. You won't be able to come back to the present. So those are the rules that you have to follow if you want to travel back in time. So what good in going back in time if you can't change anything? As in, just imagine that you take so much trouble to meet someone from the past and you would still talk with them for like 5-10 minutes, but still you won't be able to change anything. You would be coming back to the present with the same situation. You won't be changed. Nothing has changed. So why would you go back? This is a question that we had when we started, when we were reading the book, and it is one of the questions which one of the characters actually keeps asking, saying, why. But once you keep reading these 4 characters who are actually trying to go back, and when you see how they meet past people, some are dead, some are not dead, but some have lost in touch with them. But what we actually realize is that no matter how fast we move on with our life, but sometimes we need the peace to live. And sometimes there are certain words, there are certain thoughts, there are certain ambiguities which are actually weighing us down in our life. So sometimes I think in these characters, they are going back in time not for anyone else, but they're actually going back in time for themselves, for them, as in to feel light, to feel the peace. They would go back in time. So they're doing it for themselves, as in to move on, to be happy. They would not be changing anything, but in order to be happy, in order to let go, sometimes it is important for us to go back in time, to visit a past memory and forgive ourselves, forget certain memories. So that is what these people were doing in the book. At least that's what I realized actually. So the next question is, Do I like this book? Yes, of course I like the book a lot actually. I think I'm starting to like Japanese literature a lot. Well, that started with Haruki Murakami's book, and this is my second book which is coming from Japanese author, and I'm really satisfied, and I'm really satisfied actually with the book. And the language is very simple, very subtle, easy to understand, gives us an idea, as in, like, even I wasn't very convinced with the fact of going back in time, but at the end I felt like, yes, 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 that is something interesting, and that is something which we need, going back in time, going back to certain memories, and forgiving and forgetting and understanding certain people. So so in that sense I actually like the book, and I would definitely recommend anyone to read it. And the other thing is, actually, this is actually a series. So I accidentally picked the second book of the series, but I have not read the first one. But it would not be an issue actually, because the books are not actually interconnected. You would not miss out anything, so you can pick any book from the series and you can give it a try. Very simple language, and I'm pretty sure that you would enjoy it.